I think the more complicated our healthcare systems get, the more Five Wishes is needed. Because it gives some voice to those individuals who don't know how to do healthcare speak. They don't know how to navigate all the health insurance rules. They are frightened by all the issues of tests and whether they should undergo another round of chemotherapy and radiation, or just when do they say no to medicine? Is this tumor situation not going to lend itself to treatment? These are difficult, painful conversations. Individuals have to have some confidence that they're up to the task, that they're not simply helpless bystanders with no control. They can't be bystanders to their own life. And so they need a document, and I think Five Wishes helps them convey what they want and don't want. It helps them communicate that to family members. It empowers that healthcare surrogate by the bedside to stand up for their rights if a doctor is running roughshod over them. And I feel for the doctors and nurses today in 21st century medicine. It's become so sophisticated and highly technical. The interplay with insurance companies has made it hard for our physicians and nurses to care for others because they're under such pressures to keep the visits short. You can't have these conversations. So when I lived in the AIDS home, it was difficult work to be around people who are suffering and people who are despairing. It's very difficult work. If you're being compassionate, that word means to suffer with. The Latin roots are that compati, to suffer with. Truly, to be compassionate means you're going to take on some of the sufferings of others. Well, that's difficult. And I admire the healthcare professionals that do this year in and year out, often with thanklessness surrounding them, because people can be angry that this reimbursement didn't cover the costs or this procedure wasn't explained, and they get blamed and they're on the front lines. And so it's difficult, and that's why I love to go to conferences with doctors and nurses and social workers that work in hospital settings, the chaplaincy and so forth, because I feel like they're my brothers and sisters. I know it. I feel like I know what they're living and how difficult their lives are. And that they stick with it. I love that they continue because that's their calling. That's what they're supposed to be doing. And so I think nowadays Five Wishes is necessary for families to have some confidence that they're going to be up to the task in the event that stroke strikes their spouse or their mother. When my mom had a massive stroke, my brother Ed was here in Tallahassee when that happened. And it was incredible that we had a peace of mind to know exactly what she wanted. And she did not want to be intubated and have all these medical procedures at that point. And she was comforted and her pain was managed, and Ed was there, and then I was there with my twin sister and got there to be with my mom when she took her last breath. And that was what my mom wanted. And so obviously, every ending's different, and people have different experiences. But we certainly can aspire to the best, and then ask by God's grace to be in a position to be there for your loved ones when they need you the most.